Welcome to the Noon Report. Your midday news and weather headlines start right now.
Good afternoon, I'm Molly Martinez. Thank you for joining us. Well, it's an exciting time to be in Bismarck. If you're looking to get outdoors and enjoy the nice weather, look no further than the Missouri River Festival. Reporter Daniela Hurtado is at the fairgrounds with a sneak peek, and she joins us now. And of all the days to be out of the office, Danny, you picked a good one.
Molly, good afternoon. Like you mentioned, a beautiful day out here, and it's beautiful and sunny, but let's talk a little bit about this festival. So it's been around for several years, since the 80s, and they go around through several states. I'm actually joined now by the owner. John is right here, so we're going to go right and ask him some questions. John, how many states have you guys been to already this year?
5 this year so far. We've got 7 more to go, all the way through the upper west peninsula there, and Idaho and Montana, and we end up back in Arkansas and in Louisiana.
Yeah, and you told me, you've been doing this for many, many years. What got you guys started?
Well, this company started in South Dakota in 1928, so it's pushing 100 years old. But this festival has been going on for about 35 years, and we've been serving it for 30 years. So it's a joy for us to come to Bismarck every year. It's a nice event, and winter just barely ended here in this area, because you had a long, tough winter. And now it's time for some outdoor activities.
Yeah, and what would you like to tell the community about this festival? I know it's open until Sunday.
Rides, games, food, that's what they're here for. We've got a free stage this year. It's got juggling and a ventriloquist, and so a whole variety of things to do for the family. Most popular kiddie ride, monster trucks. Most popular big ride, Century Wheel.
Now, for mom and dad at home watching us right now, how expensive is the festival?
There are deals, and one of the best deals is the walk-up price that they have inside the event center. Every day that's open from 11:30 to 5, and you get an $18 wristband for all the rides, and that includes admission. So that's your best deal. Come to the event center and get that ahead of time. Otherwise, there's discount coupons available online, bismarckeventcenter.com.
Perfect. All right, so I can't be at the Missouri River Festival and not give this a shot, so we're going to get in here. And John, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, Jorge, we're ready. Let's do this. All right, so we're going to give this a little bit of a try. It takes a little bit to roll on in. And Jorge's gearing this up right now. He's the man in charge of the ride. Thank you so much. All right, let's get this going. Molly, I'm going to toss it back to you. Come after the show, and we're going to keep having fun. Bye, guys. Back to you at the studio.
All right, she's having fun.
Yeah.
Let's get a check on our carnival weather with meteorologist Henry Blake.
Hey, but I'll have more details in a bit.
All right, thanks, Henry. Well, after Dutch elm disease wiped out much of Mandan's greenery, homeowners now want to bark up some new trees, and the city is helping them branch out. The Forestry Department is replanting trees lost to the blight in hopes of rejuvenating the city and maybe even increasing property values. Maddie Jelseth is at one homeowner who's getting a tree planted. She joins us now live with the new curb appeal. Maddie?
Hey Molly, this service is a win-win situation. It's free to the homeowners, and the city forestry department made the city more beautiful. All the homeowners have to do is maintain this tree. Well, the forestry department put up stakes, planted the trees, and laid down the mulch. If you'd like to be part of this program, you can go to the city forestry department's website. Reporting live in Mandan. For NBC North Dakota News, I'm Maddie Jelseth.
A man who shot his wife in Fargo over the weekend was booked into Cass County Jail early this morning on a murder charge. Fargo police say the husband and wife first tried to use carbon monoxide to commit suicide Saturday. When that failed, the 85-year-old Louis Alverson shot his 85-year-old wife, Leah, and then shot himself. She died, but he survived. Police say both were in ill health. The Bismarck Police Department is asking residents to be on the lookout for a bathroom bandit. They say a woman is going to open houses and garage sales. They say she asks to use the bathroom and then raids the medicine cabinet. If you know anything about her, police want to hear from you. And the Helping Hands Farm Rescue have an additional $250,000 to work with. The nonprofit organization that provides free planting, harvesting, haying, and hay hauling assistance to families who experience an illness, injury, or natural disaster received a major gift this week. Farm Rescue got $250,000 from the Engelstadt Family Foundation. 127 farm and ranch families received assistance in 2017, which is more than double the total of any previous year. Since its inception, Farm Rescue has helped more than 550 families. The North Dakota Highway Patrol will be participating in the International Road Check today through Thursday. The checks include a vehicle inspection. Drivers will also be checked for seatbelt usage and whether they're under the influence of alcohol and/or drugs. In Washington, President Trump's former campaign chairman could be headed to jail. Paul Manafort is facing troubling accusations of attempting to tamper with potential witnesses in the criminal case against him. Overnight Special Counsel Robert Mueller asked the judge to send Manafort to jail for alleged witness tampering, and it comes amid a critical question. Does the president think he's above the law? Here's NBC's Kristen Welker.
This morning, a new bombshell in the Russia investigation. Overnight, Special Counsel Robert Mueller's team accusing President Trump's former campaign chairman Paul Manafort of attempted witness tampering. Manafort is currently under house arrest as he awaits 2 separate trials on a series of felony charges, but now he could be jailed until those trials get underway. Prosecutors say Manafort repeatedly contacted 2 people who worked for him, even using encrypted messaging apps in an effort to influence their testimony and otherwise conceal evidence. Manafort, who has pleaded not guilty to charges of failing to disclose his lobbying work for a foreign government, is not commenting. It comes just 2 days after President Trump tweeted that Manafort wouldn't have been hired if he'd known Manafort was under investigation during the campaign. It comes as the president's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, defended Mr. Trump overnight after the president tweeted, "I have the absolute right to pardon myself."
I can tell you as a lawyer, the pardon power is complete and there is no limitation on it. Would somebody impose a practical limitation on it? Absolutely.
Section 2 puts a limit on it.
The practical limitation is it would be suicide.
Giuliani also walked back his controversial comment to the Huffington Post, saying the president could shoot James Comey and not be prosecuted, arguing if he shot James Comey, he'd be impeached the next day.
If it's a hypothetical that you would entertain in a law school, it's totally ridiculous. The president hasn't done anything wrong. There's no reason for any of this.
Coming up on the Noon Report, pulled from the ashes, an incredible rescue from the Guatemala volcano caught on camera.
A Noon Report.
A baby is pulled from the debris of the Guatemala volcano completely unharmed. The whole thing was caught on camera. Officials say the death toll in Sunday's volcanic eruption has risen to 69. Rescue crews continue to recover victims from homes engulfed by lava and ash. And a Utah man is arrested accused of being a spy for China. 58-year-old Ron Hansen is a former U.S. Defense Intelligence Agency officer. He was arrested Saturday at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport attempting to board a flight to China. The U.S. Attorney's Office for Utah says, among other things, Hansen received hundreds of thousands of dollars for trying to transmit defense information to the People's Republic of China's intelligence service. Well, it's a good time to be in Washington. The Capitals continue their domination of the Las Vegas Golden Knights, winning Game 4 last night in D.C. Vegas came out with a flurry of shots, but Caps kept the Knights out of the net. The Caps scored early in a power play and continued their momentum throughout all 3 periods. Caps are up 3-1, and now they head back to Vegas. Stay with us. More Noon Report is next. Now that summer is in full swing, it's time to start thinking about getting outside and getting active. We're joined today by Jan Stankiewicz, the health and nutritional specialist with the NDSU Extension Program. Welcome to the Noon Report.
Thank you.
Okay, so now that it's nice out, people are getting out, what can we do to be more active?
Yeah, I think the main thing is to always keep health and wellness at the forefront. So a lot of the times with summer comes barbecues and picnics and that kind of thing, and then just keeping health and wellness at the forefront.
Let's start with behavior here, because that's sort of the root of wellness. What can we do to sort of change behaviors, maybe incrementally, to be well overall?
Yeah, so NDSU Extension, our family and community wellness program, is working to develop healthy people living in healthy, vibrant communities. And so we provide transformational educational programs to get that behavior change. And we also couple it with policy, systems, and environmental changes. So it's creating an environment or creating the culture of health, so it just makes it an easy choice for us to make those changes.
Can you be more specific? What exactly does that environment look like?
Yeah, so if it's a walkable or bikeable community, or if it's school wellness policies that encourage health and wellness, and again, it's always at the forefront to get those changes.
And what can a family do to sort of help not only themselves but those that they influence?
NDSU Extension has a lot of those programs throughout the state. A lot of our county extension offices will have those programs. We do nutrition education programming in classrooms in the schools. We have children and family parenting classes. We have farm stress classes that help farmers and ranchers. So there's a lot of different extension programs available that kind of meets those community needs and brings those programs to those communities.
Obesity is a big problem in North Dakota. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so 1 in 3 adults in North Dakota are considered obese, and it's even more so for childhood obesity and overweight, which is truly a problem because when our patterns and behaviors are developed at a young age, it tends to stick with us throughout adulthood. So if we're getting sicker younger, then likely it will just continue as adults.
Okay, any final thoughts you want to share with us?
Just that this all matters, and one of the things that extension programming does is that it not only positively affects the folks taking the classes and programs, but it affects the state as a whole. So healthier individuals leads to healthier communities.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for joining us, Jan. Well, sacked. The President Trump abruptly cancels the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl celebration at the White House. The president blaming the ongoing dispute over kneeling during the national anthem. The players saying not many were going anyway, and the president didn't want to be embarrassed. NBC's Hallie Jackson now on the 11th hour twist.
I'm like, I can't believe that he would just cancel it like that. Let some of the team go, or...
For the Philadelphia Eagles, not a celebration, but a cancellation, uninvited from the White House after some players decided not to attend a planned photo op with the president.
There's so much that's been kind of swirling around the administration that I don't see it as beneficial at this moment in time to visit in a celebratory fashion.
Donald Trump saying the Eagles disagree with their president because he insists that they proudly stand for the national anthem, adding the team wanted to send a smaller delegation, but fans deserve better, fanning the flames of a cultural flashpoint after a season that saw some NFL players kneel during the national anthem in protest of police brutality and social injustice.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
Former Eagles player Torrey Smith calling the president's move a cowardly act, noting not a single Eagles player took a knee during the regular season. Philly's mayor arguing this only proves that our president is not a true patriot, but a fragile egomaniac obsessed with crowd size and afraid of the embarrassment of throwing a party to which no one wants to attend.
Meantime, the presidential diss is not flying with some Eagles fans.
Like, I can't believe that he would just cancel it like that. Let some of the team go, or I don't know. That doesn't make sense that he would just cancel the team from a few guys just saying, hey, I don't agree with your politics and I don't want to show up at your house.
It's a little disappointing that Trump would cancel a trip of that magnitude for the Eagles players because they aren't all supportive of him and his decision making. You would think that he would allow the players that want to go, that want to support him, to be there, and it's a little disappointing.
It's the White House, and they were just practicing, free speech. So if they won the championship, they should be able to go to the White House.
Stay with us. More Noon Report is next.